Well, ladies and gentlemen, here on the Varsity Sports Show, we are joined by Ottawa University basketball head coach Matt Keeley. Coach Keeley, welcome to the show.
Sam, appreciate it. Good morning to you today.
Hey, I hope you're having a great morning as well. And I know you're having a great morning because your team is riding a 4-game winning streak. I'm curious, what has contributed most to your team's success during this great run you guys are having?
Well, I'm having a really good morning because we're actually now on a 5-game winning streak because we won last night. So we added to it at home, and our group here on this run, because it's really tough to win in our league, but our group in this run has done a nice combination of a couple of our culture things where we play hard and we play together, and we define those things each game on what exactly play hard looks like tonight and playing together looks like. But in February, it's always really hard to win, but our group has kind of found our togetherness and are playing well at this point.
So I'm curious. You just said you guys played last night. What were some key things that you noticed that your team was doing to really come together and get that 5th victory in a row?
Yeah, we have kind of our mantra is to play fast, and so we really like to get up and down, and we were able to do that, especially in the second half against a really good mid-low team in our league, and led by our big guy in the middle, Josiah De La Cerda, who's been a conference player of the week a couple times in our league this year. Had a nice night, scored the basketball and had 25, and we were able to play off of him. And he draws a lot of attention as the big man in the middle, and our guys go from good shots to great shots, about as well as we've had here, and it paid off for us.
Once again, we are joined by Ottawa University basketball head coach Matt Keeley here on the Varsity Sports Show. I'm curious, what would you say has been the biggest moment from your season so far?
Wow, that's a really good question. And the question is good. We're hoping that it's our biggest moment hasn't happened yet, that it's still coming up, maybe with some postseason stuff as we keep trying to prepare for that. We had a cool deal early in the year that kind of got us some notoriety as a program. We went on the road early in November and were able to compete against an NCAA Division I team at Denver University and actually beat those guys up there at their place, which, there's different levels to all this stuff. But, when we're as an NAI program that's pretty new in our 5th year to be able to go and not only compete with, but even beat a team like that because they're really well coached. That was a pretty big moment for us. And regardless of how our year ends up, I think that'll be one of the bigger things that we look back on and say, hey, that was pretty cool.
What would you say is your primary philosophy on coaching?
We have started this program here at Ottawa. And so, like I mentioned earlier, it's in our 5th season. And something really unique when you start a program is, you're not fixing something that's broken. You're not trying to continue something that's going really well. It's just brand new. And so it's kind of happened a way we thought it was going to happen. It's kind of changed a little organically, but we've settled into kind of finding our core values. And those things we say, we want to play fast, we want to play hard, and we want to play together. And then we even break down the play fast and kind of to an acronym of being faithful, assertive, selfless, and tough. And we've had different ones. Those are the ones we've landed on. I think those are the ones that are truest to who I am and want to embody in a program. And so if we're faithful to our jobs and assertive in our actions and selfless in our motives and tough in our when things are good and when things are bad, those are things that our guys hear from us all the time. And they make fun of me for saying it, but they could also, repeat them, and they also believe in them. The little Ted Lasso hit the believe sign, and those are things that we have really, just settled on that makes sense to us, and have helped us have some success, especially here in the last 2 to 3 weeks.
Do you have any last messages for the fans of the Spirit?
Well, I would say just to guys, especially in Phoenix or even the West Valley, small college sports, NAIA sports, there's lots of it here in Arizona, and especially out here in Surprise with Ottawa. We have some great sports teams. actually 20 different sports that are offered here on our campus. And our football team has made the playoffs. We've got golf and tennis and men's and women's volleyball and beach volleyball that are ranked nationally, and probably other sports that I'm even forgetting about. But if you're a fan and you want to come out and watch some stuff, there's some really fun games that go on in a really cool league. And if you're a high school student and you're thinking about wanting to play somewhere, Surprise and some of the facilities, we're continuing to build buildings, and we've got a new gym and new dorms and another dorm coming next year. Definitely worth checking us out up here in Surprise.
Hey, for sure, Coach Keeley. Once again, here on the Varsity Sports Show, we have been joined by Ottawa University basketball head coach Matt Keeley. Coach Keeley, it has been an absolute pleasure getting to talk with you.
Sam, I appreciate the time today, and you guys have a good weekend.